Coach, if you're ready to get started, we'll go ahead and open up the questions.
Ready.
Dudley, you want to lead us off? Courtney? Meredith, can you guys hear us? I'll go ahead and start, I guess.
Hey, I'll do it. I'm
Yep.
actually in a phone store, so if you're John Bon Jovi in the back, I'm sorry about that. But this excitement over these last two weekends has got to been great for you. Tell me a little bit about just how proud you are of, and what's been the big factors.
What's been the big factor? Is that you kind of cut out at the end?
Yes.
Um, well, I think more than anything, our players are just feeling a little looser. I think that was the big focus coming out of the first two weekends of SEC play is just how are we going to kind of take a breath and get back to who we are and playing loose and free and having fun and doing all those things because that's when we're at our best. And so just kind of putting them in that position. And they really embraced that going into Tennessee. I mean, they just were having a blast and then we kept it going this weekend. So I think when we do that, we put ourselves in a spot to where you're not overthinking, you're not over analyzing, you're just enjoying the moment, getting yourself back in the moment to just compete at your best. And so I think that's what we've been doing pretty well this past couple weekends.
And also a little bit about Peyton, just continuing to step forward.
Oh yeah, well Peyton's a competitor. She loves to compete. She loves getting the ball. She loves digging in. And I think the thing that's been really impressive about her is just controlling the highs and lows of the game, knowing that, sometimes she's going to throw a really great pitch and it's going to get hit. And sometimes she's going to get away with a big miss and just continuing to want to be better each time and just being a student and just really just embracing the grind. So um, she's a special one.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I can go next. I was trying to talk. Can y'all hear me? Okay. Thanks, Courtney. I was trying to get a question in there at the top. I wasn't ignoring you, Hunter. Courtney, what is it with getting a sweep, getting an SEC sweep? It's hard to win games in the SEC. You've talked about that, but getting a sweep of any team in this league is impressive. How do you think your team will use that moving forward to propel them through the rest of conference play?
Well, I hope it gives them confidence. I hope that they enjoy it and then realize that there's still some things that we need to do better. And I think that they do. That's what this team does so well is they want to be great. They want to be great at everything that they do. And so yeah, you're right. I know I've said it a number of times. It's hard to win at all. It keeps getting harder and harder to win any game, and then to sweep in an SEC series is so huge. And so I hope that they're feeling confident knowing that they can win in different ways. Each game looked very different. And even, that last game, it was a grind on both sides. It was a old-fashioned pitcher's duel. And to just find a way to break through and stay the course, it was huge. And so hopefully they enjoy that and they get back to work and get ready to head down to Gainesville.
Yeah, you talk about that last game, Ella McDowell, huge for you guys in that win. What have you just seen from her game and how she's grown over the course of her freshman season?
Well, I think that there's points of the year that haven't gone how she's wanted. And I think that there's times where she's just kind of let her game come back to her. And it's very similar to kind of what I said about the team coming out of those first two SEC weekends is Ella is her best when she is light and loose and having fun and smiling and just having her big personality play out and just really having a blast with her teammates. And I think sometimes when you get into the grind, or maybe it hasn't gone exactly how you wanted to, or you hit a little rough patch, sometimes you can internalize, and that's not when Ella's at her best. And so it's been a process for her to kind of get back to who she is. And now I think we're seeing her play as confidently as she has all year. And that swing was exactly You know, that confidence playing out is just taking a big swing. It wasn't even a great pitch, but she hit it well, and she swung with intent, and she's making really great plays, the hot corner. So and you're getting to see her, you know, play into the crowd and her teammates, and that's when she's at her best. So it's been a process. She's been grinding for it. We believe in her, and she's kind of just let her game come back to her.
Yeah, you can see she's really enjoying it. And then one more for me. Let's talk a little bit about Florida. What challenges do the Gators present you guys this upcoming weekend?
They present a lot of challenges. They're very good, very, very, very strong offensively. You know, they've had a pitching staff that has been missing their ace, and in her being out, the rest of their staff has stepped up. And so then they just got Rothrock back last week. I don't know if she's on a pitch count. I don't know her status, but she threw in one of their games against Auburn, and she looked really good. And then so you have a Rothrock back, and you have a staff around her that has had to step up and gotten stronger. So they're very complete. And they're an SEC team. So just like any other SEC team, you know that you're going to have your hands full. You know that they're going to give you everything they can, and it's going to be a battle for sure.
Thank you so much, Coach. I'll turn it over to anybody else if anyone else has any questions.
Thank you.
I'll ask one really quick. Hey, Coach. Obviously still a lot of season to go, but what have you liked from your team so far? What have you seen from them out of this point that's impressed you, especially coming off this sweep? Just what do you like about this team right now in the season?
Well, I like how this team is competing. I like how this team is working. I like how this team is supporting each other. And I think that as we've gone through the season, it's a really long season. We're a little past the halfway point, or at the halfway point of the SEC season. And this team just keeps working towards, you know, towards bigger goals. I don't think they get caught up necessarily in the outcome. They're just really, really committed to the process and who they want to be and what they want that to look like. And I think that's when we're at our best. And so I think that there's been some high points of the year, there's been some low points, and through all of them, this team has continued to just want to learn and grow and just be better each day. They get a chance to do that. So for us and the staff, this team's been just really a joy to work with. And it makes those hard days a little better because, you know, you're all in it together, just pushing to be stronger. And it makes those big days just so enjoyable. So we have a lot left. We still are working towards our best version. We're not there yet. We get to learn some lessons along the way and continue to work towards that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any more questions for Coach?
I have one more. Sorry to jump back in on you, Courtney. We talk about the SEC as a whole, and I just don't think people understand really. We talk about it how, you know, seriously, because you go, oh, what's going on with softball? Why are they ranked here? And we get a lot of questions about that at the Big Trail Nation, and it's like you just have to look at the rankings to see a little glimpse of how tough it is to play week in and week out in this conference. It is in football, it is in basketball, it is in baseball, it is in softball as well. I mean, you look at the top five, it's all SEC teams, right? How do you guys each week prepare for that grind? Like, is it a mentality thing? Do you have to have the certain players to go through that to kind of understand, okay, this is what it means to play in this conference?
Yeah, it is a mentality thing. I mean, we chose this. We chose the hard. We chose the grind of this conference. We chose to dig in off the best against the best every weekend. I think, you know, I've said this in other interviews. I think other sports are getting that taste of like, holy crap, this, you know, everybody's getting stronger. I think we saw that play out for sure in men's basketball this year of just how strong the SEC was throughout. I know baseball's like that, football, everything. We've been really strong. We've been the strongest conference. Then we added 1 and 2. And then you look at your SEC schedule. We play our schedule this year is everybody ahead of us. So it's a grind. It's a grind. And when you really look at how our schedule plays out, the ones we have left are all ahead of us in RPI. And so it's tough. It is tough. And we are tough too. And so that's the mentality piece is sometimes, you're going to play really well and lose. Sometimes you're not going to have your best game and you have to grind through it. And I would say that was our game on Sunday is it just never really clicked. And we had to figure out how to find a way to win when it wasn't clicking. But we know every time we take the field with this crazy tough conference that the other team in the dugout is going to demand our best. And there's no off day. There's no off day, but we chose this. We remind them sometimes, hey, we chose the hard. We chose the hard. So if we're expecting it to be easy, we're in the wrong spot. But we're tough too. We're hard too. So we just keep competing.
That's a great way to put it. Thanks, Coach.
That it? All right. Thank you, guys. Everybody
Thank
have a
you.
good day. Thank you, Coach.